supporting group and head over to a whiteboard.
Are you gonna be our next try? Are we just writing our bubble?
We're putting our bubble back in the remote, right? Yes. Sure. We're putting our bubble. Sure. Are you ready to present your board? And like, okay, not present, just talk about it.
Diseases, and then I said cultures are shared with persons.
Oh, you're so right.
10 more seconds.
That's my favorite cultural exchange.
Alrighty, let's start with our group in the back. Emily, what did you put on your whiteboard? Just one thing you want to talk about.
Introducing religions.
Okay, so introducing religion, that's a good one. So there's different religions all around the world, right? And during, good example is the Columbian Exchange. This was when Columbus brought all of these goods to North America. So religion was a big impact on the Americas during this time. Great. You guys?
I guess language.
Language, that's a good one too. We live in New York. That is a huge state where a bunch of languages are spoken. I don't even know. There's so many different towns and different schools that kids can go to depending on what language they speak. That's great. You guys.
We said goods and services.
Goods and services. Can you elaborate on the services one?
So like there's certain things that different countries do. So like before the Europeans came over, I don't think there was much timber work.
Right. That's a great one to point out. I like your usage of language. Okay, you guys.
We have two. So we said diseases were spread, not just from Africa to, or from Africa and Europe to the Americas, but also from the Americas to back to Europe and Africa.
Great.
I don't understand, but like holidays, were passed on.
That's a great one. We have certain days off from school to celebrate every single student in that school, different religions. There's so much that comes with holidays. What's a big holiday that we all celebrate?
Thanksgiving.
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 Good job. Okay, I want you to go back to your desk, good job, and I want you to take out the sheet that I gave you this beginning of class, and we're going to go over the rest of the questions. So let's go back to the topic of cultural diffusion. Diffusion could mean merge or spread or different ideas, right, where we're using the same words. I want you to come up with 5 words that you think falls underneath cultural diffusion. It could be about anything we spoke about today. You can even get some help looking at the boards that your classmates came up with. Go ahead and list the 5 words. Once you're done with that, move on to question 3. Who is involved in cultural diffusion and why? This doesn't have to be an exact person. You could name certain kinds of people that have impacted maybe cultural diffusion, or different kinds of races or workforce people? What all falls under the cultural diffusion umbrella? Cultural, right? That's the big, big word that is said in this definition. So cultural, that's world to world, worldly, not just your next door neighbor. It could be your next door neighbor, but the overall definition is diffusion of cultures throughout the entire world. If you need help with that, you can look at this. There's arrows pointing from countries to countries over the Atlantic Ocean. What do you think that fully means? Go ahead and do question 4 if you have an idea. Remember what I said about it being worldly. Great. Does anyone want to share what they put for question 2?
I saw like the salad bowl theory, how like it's like thought that people like move and everything, and like cultures exchange, but then everyone like still remains like their own culture, but then practice other like things from other cultures as well.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. Anyone else?
I said trends.
Trends, yeah. Do you want to elaborate on the trends? We spoke about this.
Yeah, we talked about fashion being transported and holidays and beliefs.
Yeah.
So I guess it all falls under trends and foods and stuff like that.
Right? One more.
I said like listening, just listening to other people's perspectives and their way of life.
How about when we read books and we see all the different stories that are told in books, and we learn from that, even textbooks on historical people? Great. Question 3. Does anyone have anything? Yes.
I said Roman Catholic because it originated in Italy and it's worldwide.
Yeah, it's a great one. Anyone else? Yeah.
I said just people all around the world because things like social media, movies, literature, graphic can give
Yes.
insight to other perspectives and cultures.
Great. I love what she said about all around the world. Let's go back to our do now and look at all the different cultures around the world. A lot of talent. Great. Okay. Who circled the image on the left? Yay! Gold star for everyone. That is beautiful. I know it's the picture on the board. What is the picture on the board? What's the Colombian exchange?
From Europe to America and America to Europe.
Great, that was great. Okay, so now we're gonna play a little game to refresh our memory from class. Called Refresh Roulette. Who can define cultural diffusion as a class? So it's kind of like the game of popcorn. I'm gonna say pop and point to someone, and they're gonna start the definition of cultural diffusion, and then I'm gonna stop you by saying pop and pointing to another person. They're gonna keep going. Okay? Is everyone okay with that? All right. Who wants to start? Keep going until I say pop.
The spread of
Pop.
cultural trends
Pop.
to different countries,
Pop.
Such as beliefs, food,
Pop.
trends, of clothing, around.
Pop.
As well as their religious beliefs and other lifestyle ideas.
Pop.